Hi everybody, how you all doing? Welcome to our old school stream. For those of you who don't know who we are, I am Mod Matt Gay, Mod Ash, Mod John C, and hiding over there is Mod Reach behind the camera, getting ready to show you some stuff about the wilderness in a bit. What we're going to do next, I think, or what we're going to do first, is you lot have tweeted me loads and loads of questions. So we are going to answer all these questions first, then we'll probably pop over to see Dan over in the corner. We'll take you through some of the new wilderness stuff, and then we'll answer your questions on the stream. So, hooray! So, first question. Z-Tox says, do you guys plan on putting bank tabs in?
Yes.
There we go, that answers that one.
By the way, I'm seeing a lot of people on the stream talking bank tabs.
You don't tell them more, I suppose.
Well, what's going on there is, we know you've wanted bank tabs for a very long time. The thing is, bank tabs, originally there was some engine features created specially for writing bank tabs with, and according to the developers who wrote the original bank tabs, these meant that there had to be a restriction that you could never have a gap in your bank. If you withdrew a stack, everything else had to shuffle up immediately. So if you were withdrawing items bit, then all the items would start shuffling while you were doing it, and you end up withdrawing the wrong items. I'd like to try and make bank tabs that don't have that, because it didn't go down well last time, and if we can avoid doing it again, I think that would be perhaps a thing worth trying. And if you then decide you really want the old system where things shuffle around all the time, then it's your shout. So I've been trying to write bank tabs differently. Thing is, we don't have the same engine features they had, and I've basically spent a couple of evenings, a bit of a Sunday of my time, experimenting to see what I can make, whether I can make things work. Indications are I'm actually going to be able to do this. I haven't run into any insuperable problems yet. It's just a matter of trying it to see whether I run into the limit of how much script I can run for each action you do. If I hit a limit and I can't optimise to get under the limit, then we are going to have to go to the engine team and wait for them to assist us with it. But indications for the moment are we are going to be able to do bank tabs.
Cool. Cool. Right, so next question was, when will the new anti-botting software kick into effect, and can we expect a full launch or launched for specific target areas? Now, with the botting software, what we're doing with it is we're rolling it in slowly across different areas and different types of bots, and we're seeing how it impacts on individual things first. Hopefully we're sort of, within the next few weeks or so, it'll all be up and running, and there'll be hopefully a big difference in game. But for the time being, we're sort of bringing it in gradually to see how it impacts on the different sorts of things. And so far, I think I've got a question later on actually, which I'll answer now anyway because it's related. All the feedback and all the sort of metrics we're getting from it now is showing it's having a really good impact on the bots that are in game. You might not notice it straight away because it's not on everything, so you might see a few areas which have a few less bots in it. But as we sort of start ramping it up and getting more and more things in, then it will hopefully clear out a lot more and it will look quite successful. So fingers crossed, a couple of weeks and we should know much better where we are with it, but it's looking good so far. C Nubby says, would you please poll what trade solution we players want? That is the entire point, is you know, the trade solution is going to be what you guys want, what is best for the game. What our trade solution is, we don't know. We need to have a talk with you guys about it, and that's not likely to start until certainly after Wilderness is out. That's our big focus right now. Once the Wilderness is out, then I think we're going to take a few days somewhere and sort of refresh things and start planning for the next sort of 6 months or so, and try and decide what's the priorities to look at again. And I would imagine that the trade solution will be right near the top of it, and then we'll see how we can get your ideas and make the trade solution proper. But nothing's going to suddenly happen out of the blue. It's going to be a proper process where you guys get to say what you want, and we can do almost like what we did with the Wilderness, where we talk to you and then we go through several reiterations of the solution until we come on one that everyone's happy with, and then that will be what we do, assuming it passes a poll, of course. As you can see, people are saying no GE, people are saying GE in the chat, and you know, that's one of the conversations we have to have. You know, why don't you want the GE? What was wrong with it? What was right with it? And then we make a system which isn't the GE, but what you guys want. Yes. So next question. Pyrite Bomb says, would you consider making a system that mimics Zybez within the RS client? I'm assuming he's referring to the trading system.
Not the website.
Yeah, not the website.
Yeah.
I'm sure all you know what the trading system is like. And again, if that's the correct solution for our game, we will do that. You know, it all depends on what you think the right solution is, and what we can do. So if that is the right solution, then that's what we'll do. But that's a conversation we will have later on this year, certainly.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, no, it's one of the good options. Titzillas asks for, where is the cow suit?
We had a look in the old archive actually and found the cow suit. The trouble we ran into is that it's got graphics bugs where bits of it are not stuck to the rest of it. So when you walk around, part of your chest stays still and while the rest of you moves, which looks very strange. And the tail's coming out at a god-awful angle. I did consider that we could offer it into the game as the wonky cow suit, but
Broken cow suit.
well, yes, it just looks too much like a bug because it is a bug. I'm guessing they just hadn't finished making it when the archive point was, because it was for a random event that we just discontinued because it looked awful. So I guess they maybe never finished making it in the first place. We could have a go at fixing it, see if we know a bit more about using the in-house graphics tools than we did 6 months ago when we first started getting them. So it's worth a try if that's something you guys really want. But you know, if we spend an afternoon experimenting with a cow suit, then the best case scenario you get is a cow suit. We could have spent that afternoon doing something that you might prefer more.
Who was that player that always wore the cow suit? Bum Bum. That was it, Bum Bum, yes, yeah. Strange, why anybody want to wear a cow suit, I don't know. It's almost like a cow mask.
Obviously, we showed off some of this content for the wilderness stuff 2 weeks ago, and since then a lot has changed. That means a lot more has been done, and we've tweaked a few of the things we showed off before anyway. These are some Chaos Druids. They're a little bit stronger. They have quite high HP, quite low attack, and quite low defense, which means they're probably a good training spot, really. And there's an altar nearby, which means you can pray and generally rag on them and pick up all their juicy drops. They're quite good for herbs, I believe. I think John wrote the drops for them, and they're very generous with herbs. Obviously, the downside to this is you have to be in the wilderness and you have to be in gear, which means PKers will love you. This is just one part of the wilderness. What we got next? Okay. So we have here some Chinchompas. These Chinchompas are the same Chinchompas as you normally get. They're just your bog standard red chin. The only difference between these and the other red Chinchompas are if you die with a stack of them, you will drop the stack. So if you have 5,000 in your event, and you die with them, 5,000 will be dropped to the floor to the PK that killed you, or NPC. This means anybody, or this is just beneficial for PKs, I guess, since normally when you die you drop the entire Chinchompa loot, and, well, that's not very nice. Obviously when you run back you can't pick them up. So I guess if you were training with them at Skelly's on Apatol, and you died, if you could make it back in time, and you can make it back in time, I've done it before, you could pick up the stack. So I guess that's rather helpful. You just have to be in the wilderness to hunt them. One of the other benefits of this area is you can lay down an extra trap. So from whatever your level is, you can lay an extra trap from that level. If you can only lay one trap normally and you come here, you can lay 2 traps. If you can lay 5 traps, you can lay 6 traps here. So there's the added advantage of being able to catch more chins than you would do normally. Which is all well and good, really. So let's head off to some Ents. So here's an Ent model. These are the Ents from the summoning skill. I managed to port them over and then just recolour them a little bit and give them a nice little drop. As you see here, when we finally take it down, we've got some sodden unicorns in the way. Well, we're going to have to contend with the unicorns by the looks of it. So we take down the tree, and it then turns itself into a trunk, which we can... Down unicorn, there you go. Right, when you chop this tree trunk, the unicorn walks through it. Okay, either way, you chop the tree trunk and you get noted logs. The logs depend on not only your level, but the axe you are using. The better axe you have, and the better woodcut level you have, the better logs you will get. The fact that they're noted means they stack quite nicely, and you can generally just farm here, basically. Obviously, the disadvantage here is you're in the wilderness, so if you do decide to sit here for a long time, not only will you need melee gear, but you'll also, or melee range or mage gear, sorry, you'll also need to carry a lot of logs, which is a added benefit for any PK that finds you worthy of killing. So let's move on to the next bit. These are all part of the resource areas, so we have some crabs to go and get. You don't want to catch crabs, except these ones. These crabs require dark fishing bait. Dark fishing bait is dropped by quite a few NPCs around the wilderness now, actually. There's a special zombie spawn, which drops 7 or 11 dark fishing bait. On some ancrews, we've plonked down some ancrews in good traditional fashion, which will drop part of, well, some of this fishing bait. And I'm not actually getting any...
Up your fishing level.
Well, my fishing level not up high enough? Oh,
It is high enough, isn't it?
And I didn't spell any of that correctly. So, let's see if actually we attempt to catch a dark crab. We could sit here for a while and wait for a crab, or we can not get any. But either way, let's actually try and get some.
They do catch far.
Or we can resort to cheating, which is what I do best, and give, I don't know, give raw dark crab. Yeah, I got a crab. So this is a raw crab. You can cook it. This is a raw crab. You can cook it, and it will turn into obviously not a raw crab. You can eat it, and it will heal 22 life points, which makes it a rather valuable and helpful food source. They don't stack. Obviously, they sit in your inventory normally, and Bob's your uncle. So we're going to go up, and we're going to use these shield pieces quickly. Here's the Wilderness Volcano. Inside my invent you will see some shield pieces, Odium Shard 1, 2 and 3 and Malediction Shard 1, 2 and 3. These will be dropped individually by the demi-bosses, which we do not currently have, so I'm going to have to show you this manually. When you get 3 shield pieces, not only if you have one of them, you can buy the other 2 from other players if they've gotten them, or you can just hunt all 3 down if you're one of those self-proficient players. But once you have all 3, if you come here to the Volcanic Forge, you get a little animation which forges the shield for you, and you can do the same to the other one. These are the 2 new shields. They are just the recolored versions of the Tazar shield, really, but that's beside the point because they're pretty awesome, and they do look quite good. This is the same green as the Ranger boots, so for people that like outfits, this will match. And if you're that fashion conscious, then he'll be for you. They're called Malediction Ward and Odium Ward. Simple as that. So this is the range shield. Here are its stats. Have a good look. And this is the mage shield and its stats. Again, have another good look. Now I'm going to put everything back and we're going to move on. We also have some thieving chests. Now these are the high level thieving areas. These chests are very rewarding, but they're also guarded by a lot of these high level rogues. So don't let their level put you off, because when they attack you, their attacks will put you off instead. They are very strong. You can attempt to search the trap, or check the chest, sorry, and you'll get attacked, or we can search it quickly and see what happens. And we've gotten 20 raw pike, and now we have the entire army on us, so we can run away from them. We can try and search another one very quickly, see what we get. These give quite low thieving XP, but the rewards are what you're going for. They are very generous. At the moment we're not actually having much luck with getting anything exciting. Raw pike I wouldn't consider to be exciting. Like I showed you with the Chaos Druids, we added some high level monsters with quite high HP and quite low defense, which are quite good training monsters like rock crabs to the wilderness. They have some unique drops, something that would really give them some appeal to make players go there. I'm going to show you something that you're probably all going to love right now. We're going to start with this one first. You've all seen it inside the birthday area, and now you're seeing it in the wilderness. Oh, here we go, some mammoths. Yeah, some mammoths are now in the wilderness. These are very high HP, very low defense monsters. They're very desirable. They have their own drop table. John has written it. I haven't actually checked what's on it yet.
Yeah,
so
they drop a lot of seeds.
They drop a lot of seeds.
Yes.
So these are quite good for farmers. They're everywhere at the moment, actually. So it's the Yankos is everywhere joke, but for mammoths. So mammoths are in old school, confirmed, done, sorted. You see them in front of you. Let's actually take this down pretty quickly because I want to see what it drops. I could cheat, but I think it'd be quite interesting. Oh, there you go, some decent specs.
Or I could have written the drop tables wrong and they would just crash the game completely.
That would be interesting. Here you go. Boom. Cabbage seeds. How many? 3. Quite nice. But yeah, mammoths are in old school now. So these are part of the high-level monsters that we've introduced, or not high-level monsters, high HP monsters, low defense monsters. There are quite a few scattered around the game, actually. These are lava dragons. These are just black dragons with a lava texture that I managed to get working. This is the same lava texture using a lava cake, but it flows in different directions to give it a kind of spiced up look.
You are going to die.
I am going to die because this is the dragon. I don't have a dragon shield, but we'll tank it anyway. And I'm not actually doing much damage to it, and it's about to beat the crap out of me, so we're going to move on pretty quickly. These look pretty cool. They're level 252. We pretty much replaced the entire red dragon aisle with lava dragons, so every red dragon you see currently in a live game, imagine replacing it with a lava dragon, and there you go. And those are lava dragons.
There was a question on stream earlier if they drop the visage, and they do.
They do drop the visage, yes. Confirmed, there, sorted, lovely. Okay, no, I got it wrong, there you go. So we're going to enter this dungeon, and the floor is very trippy.
Okay, it didn't do that last week.
It didn't.
Okay, we might have to address this, but either way, let's ignore the floor, because the floor is quite important. Except it might be in a second.
So here's a strength obstacle. You need level 60, I think, to get past that. And if you didn't have level 60 strength, you can go the other way, where there's a level 60 agility obstacle. A bit like the real God Wars dungeon, really. Same stat requirements. What I've done here is I've put quite a lot of large boulders and other obstacles on the ground, so that although there's plenty of monsters around, they can't all team you all at once, because that would be a little bit overpowered. You can, of course, wear armour belonging to the various gods to make their followers not aggressive towards you. Of course, everything retaliates if you try and fight it yourself. There's two entrances. One leads you to the strength obstacle, one leads you to the agility obstacle. And while you're in here, any creature can drop a key. It's a special key which allows you to open the boss room in the main God Wars dungeon without the kill count. We've called it the ecumenical key, since it opens any god's boss room. You won't be able to stockpile those without limits. There'll be a limit on how many you can have at any given time, so that we don't make kill counts completely irrelevant. But you might want to come here, get a key or two, and then next time you die and need to get in a boss room in a hurry to retrieve some stuff, perhaps, you've at least got the option. If you didn't mind coming out here and training in the wilderness for a while. It's a multi-way area, so enjoy PKs.
Over here is the Fountain of Rune. You'll notice let's look at my page here quickly, and then all of a sudden, way runes come flying. This makes it quite a valuable place to alch, really, actually, because you have 3 runes, we can alch away, it's just out this raw crap quickly, and we have still have 500k and 195 coins. So yeah, 3 runes if you're in the area, which means if you're going to be barraging someone around this area, it's free. Alching over here, it's free. Pretty much everything is free, because you've got all the runes you could really hope for, really. There it is. There's it doing its thing. Say what you want.
You don't actually get runes put in your inventory from the fountain. Those mind runes he's got there he had before. It just showers runes across the general area and allows you to cast any spell you like. I see the jokes coming in.
We're going to move on from that area before things get too inappropriate. So this area, which I think a lot of free-to-play clan wars or free-to-play clan PKing teams will probably love, is a slow recharge area. So as you notice, we've entered the area, we've got a nice message telling us that an ancient energy is emitting and granting us faster prayer restoration. Being in this area means your prayer points restore slowly, and, well, that's pretty much the sums up exactly what this area is doing. Up here, a lot of free-to-play clans PK, so I guess this will be quite helpful for you. If it's not, or if you think the rates need to be increased by watching it right here, let us know and I'll increase it. At the moment, I think it's like 1 prayer point every 4 seconds, which 2.5 seconds. So I guess that's quite helpful if you're in the area, or if you're running through, or if you've done a clue scroll and you need some more prayer, come here, I guess. Quite nice. Actually, in the corner, you'll see over here quickly, you'll see a kill-death ratio overlay. At the moment, I've got 66 kills and no deaths, so let's give myself some deaths so we can get a good comparison. Let's just say I've got 400. So I've got a KD ratio of now 1.4. This is on your screen right now. There is a toggle for it, and we're going to go toggle it off to demonstrate that that actually works. Over here, there's a board called Wilderness Statistics. If you click it, it grabs a list of every player in the area and outputs not only their name, their kills, their deaths, but their ratio as well. So this will allow you to see if anybody in the area is particularly dangerous. So if you see someone's got quite a high kill-death ratio, you can either guess they've tried their best to boost it, or they're just damn good in the wilderness. On the option, you have a option to toggle it, so you can toggle it off. So when you next go into the wilderness, it shouldn't appear.
Okay, it went through QA.
There you go. It's not there anymore. So you don't have to. It doesn't have to sit on your screen at all times. You can turn it off, and it won't be a problem for you anymore, which is nice. What else have we got down here?
Edgy Lever.
The Edgy Lever. Oh yeah, it's rather simple, but everybody loves it, I guess. Edgy Lever, something that you really don't pay much attention to and take for granted, but it's really, really helpful. Boom, we're in deep wilderness. Lovely, brilliant. That's that one. We're now going to take you to the boss, or one of the first of the 6 bosses so far. The boss is called Callisto. It was named by a player. This boss is No, that's a Calippo. I'm not aiming after a lollipop. There's route finding there. This boss is... I've been rather generous with his attacks. He is a monster. A beat down attack he will do to everybody facing him. So if there's 40 people in front of him, 40 people will go flying backwards and take quite a high number of... or quite high damage output, really. He has a very high HP level. He's got very high stats. He will beat the living daylights out of you if he wants to. He has a potential to combo up to 90, I believe. I did get hit for an 80 earlier. I'm hoping he does it in a second. He is the Wandering Bear boss. At the moment, he's in a non-multi area. He will be in a multi area when we finish. I've just plonked him down here for the time being because, well, I needed somewhere that didn't have too many hills to test him because I was getting quite frustrated with him walking on air. But as you notice, I am being decimated actually, and I'm cheating. But he has a few other attacks which he hasn't actually done yet, which is rather annoying. Oh, here we go. Shockwave through you. I just got hit for 35, 32. Knock you back. It does stun you for a little bit. This will require quite a lot of players for this. I might want to heal. There you go. He just downed me. This is rather annoying. So that's Callisto. He is one of the main bosses, one of 3. There's a wandering spider and something else to come, and there's 3 demi-bosses. I just died, which is rather embarrassing. Let's go and get my stuff back.
Just to address the questions about clue scrolls being too hard to do, we will...
I'm about to die again. I'm going to get out of it. I got what I wanted.
We will try our best to make sure that clue scrolls aren't impeded by too much, and so we can always move them and, if necessary, just buff them.
I'm seeing a lot of people say it's not in multi. It's not in multi intentionally at the moment. It will be in a multi area. It's just not for the purpose of us testing it. So I'll move it to a multi area later.
You can't kill your own boss.
I'm being attacked by everything now, and I've got no HP. I should probably run away from everything, so I can show off this. This is the Dragon Pickaxe. I've been working on this, and he is not only given us the Dragon Pickaxe, but he has rewritten pretty much every pickaxe in the game to work for not only this, but for any future pickaxe we do in future, obviously.
Hashtag YOLO swag, and then some numbers and things after it. Said, what's the Dragon Pick special?
It raises your mining by 3. It's a visible boost, and it uses your entire special bar, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so so far that is everything we've done for the wilderness. We've still got 5 bosses to make, 2 of which are normal bosses and 3 of which are demi-bosses. John is beefing up some drop tables, so the bosses are both rewarding, and I guess it gives players some sort of incentive to go to them, which means PKs will be happy when somebody walks over claiming they've got a decent drop and then they get absolutely downed. If you remember the Chaos Elemental launch, that was very popular. But that's what we've got so far. We're obviously working on improving everything else. If people disagree or dislike anything they've seen so far, do let us know and we'll address it. Otherwise, if you like everything, please let us know. So this is the wilderness, basically. The wilderness rejuvenation is on its way. I shall try and tone down that boss, actually. He did destroy me, and I was cheating, and I've only got 25 HP left. But yeah, that's about it. That's the wilderness, and I hope you like it.
So, Hoax PK says he wants the Rotton Potato.
I can give you a potato. In fact, I can make another rotten one for you if you really like. Or you can join a popular bug abusing clan and lure somebody to the Stealing Creation area.
Yeah, that'll do.
Oh, that'll work.
April the 1st.
April 1st.
Yes, yeah, there we go. Denova asks, are they going to be lava dragon hides?
No, unfortunately not. Although that'd be pretty awesome, really, actually, having black dragon. They drop black dragon hides, by the way, but it'd be quite nice if we had black dragon hide, which had a lava flow down it. That would look pretty good, actually.
You can have your fire cape with your lava
actually,
legs.
that's not a bad idea. I might make that and then tweet it out just to see what it looked like.
Get everything else finished first.
Yeah. That sounds quite nice.
Yeah, so what we've got, free to play. Obviously, let's answer free to play quickly. I mean, you should all know this. We've never not been any secret about this at all. The free to play we can't bring in until we've got the bots under control, we've got the scamming under control, we've got the hijacking under control. The first step has been made today with the introduction of the new bot system. Like we said before, it's going to take a couple of weeks to get it all up to scratch and make sure that it's all working properly. We'll have to just keep reassessing the situation where we are when it comes to free to play. Once we've got everything in place, then we will talk more about it at that point. But we'll just have to be patient and wait until we're in the right position.
There's a few people asking for a max cape. If we do ever offer one, if there's actually more than 4 people maxed, that is, it won't have any additional stat bonuses like the max cape did in RS3, so you don't feel the need to max to have the best bonuses. It will be purely cosmetic.
Yeah, and you also might have to put up with it not having an awesome emote, because those are very difficult and we don't really have the ability to make emotes right now.
Yes, yes.
I'd like to think that we do by the time we actually want this.
Yeah, to be honest, if we have 200 max players and, by the time we come to consider it, I'd like to think we also have a graphics artist.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that probably fills up our time. Yay. Beautiful. And on that note, we'll wish you well, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.
Have a lovely time, and I think I might have to leg it over and turn the camera off so you'll see me disappear now.
Goodbye.
So let's just give us time to try not to say anything too drastically inappropriate while the
Yes.
stream's still on.
To log out, it says, can you tell us where Third Age items came from? I think they came from the Third Age.